Jaden Show, and here's your host, Jaden Cornelius. Welcome to the Jaden Show. Happy Sunday, kids. I hope you've had a wonderful week. And I'm back again already for a fantastic show. I'm going all the way to Nashville, Tennessee to meet the amazingly talented Olivia Francis, multi-award winning artist, super lovely girl, great vocalist, amazing songwriter. This is going to be a wonderful show. I'm super excited. I hope you're doing good. I hope you've had a lovely week. How's it all going? How you're coping? Coming to the end of summer now, right? Already that wheel of the year is turning. It feels pretty rapidly. I don't know, maybe because I'm seeing you every Sunday that I kind of notice the week's going a little bit more, but it does seem to be going a little bit faster than normal. I hope you're doing okay. Let me know, speak to me, leave me comments. It's always lovely to hear from you and to chat to you. And let's go and meet. I know, before we go and meet her, I think it would be really super cool to listen to a bit of her music and to see this wonderful, talented lady in action. So let's go and watch Once in a Blue Moon. This is Olivia Francis.
She said yes 7 years ago. Back then he treated her like gold. Now he's good as gone, but she's still hanging on for the moment she treasures most. 'Cause once in a blue moon he buys her flowers, takes her by the hand and looks into her eyes. Once in a blue moon he holds her tight, whispers in her ear and kisses her goodnight. Once in a blue moon, he stays out late at the bar alone. Sometimes he doesn't come home. She thinks he's in the bed, but it's all in her head. She's got no messages on her phone. But once in a blue moon he buys her flowers, takes her by the hand and looks into her eyes. Once in a blue moon he holds her tight, whispers in her ear and kisses her goodnight. Once in a blue moon, she says a prayer every day. Should she leave or should she stay?
I know you are super excited to meet her, so let's go and meet this week's very, very special guest, the amazing, the talented, the beautiful Olivia Francis. Olivia Francis, welcome to the Jayden Show, lovely lady.
So nice to meet you, Jayden. Thank you
How are
so
you?
much for having me.
How are you doing? Because you're from Ohio, but you actually live in Nashville, right?
That's right. Yes, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I live in Nashville. I'm currently on tour, so I've been bopping around all over the place. I'm currently right now in Portland, Maine, having a blast. I love Maine so much. It's such a peaceful, beautiful state with all the evergreen trees and just the ocean. And I actually lived here in the summer of 2017. And so really, I came here originally over the weekend. I had a friend's wedding. And so I'm here, and then I have some shows in Massachusetts.
Wow, cool. So it's almost like going home for you then, I guess.
A bit, yeah, definitely. I was reflecting on like the memories that I've made here. And I also went to summer camp in Maine when I was little, like maybe like 13, 14, 15. And so this state has a lot of positive memories for me.
Wow. When you're touring, do you get time to kind of to feel the area in which you're touring, or is it kind of like rehearsing, writing, singing, finish, let's go to get next place?
Yeah, that's such a great question. Well, the way in which I organize my tour is kind of like where I have a place to stay.
Okay, like that.
So, for example, I have a great friend. His name is TJ Byer. So when I was in Rochester last week, I played a show, and then I was able to crash at his place, and I was able to stay there for like 2 days. So I've been to Rochester before. Rochester is so underrated. It's so cool. They have this place called House of Guitars, which is like filled to the brim with really cool guitars. And it's a famous spot. Like Mick Jagger's been there and all kinds of famous artists over the years. It's been there since the 80s. And they have another place called Records Archive. So I got to spend time there, whereas like in Syracuse last week, my next show, I don't really know anybody there, so I was kind of there and I was gone, Right. But I'd like to explore it a little more. So it kind of just depends. And I played Southbridge, Massachusetts, and have friends in the Worcester, Mass area because I went to college there. So it's been really fun.
Wow, so you're getting around and showcasing your talent quite a bit then.
Yes, I am, and it feels so great to be on the road and performing. And gosh, it's very, very liberating. One of my friends recently, she's so sweet. She was like, Olivia, it's like you're boundless. Like you're just like free floating, like where you want to go. And in a lot of ways, it does feel like that. I have like a day job in like marketing. And so that's great because it's remote. And so I'm able to like work from anywhere and can kind of just like, can kind of float around. Although I miss Nashville a bit. And I'm going to be going back next month, but it's great to be on the road. And it's what I love to do, singing and connecting with people.
When did it all start for you? Was you kind of like a little girl singing to, I don't know, whoever the idols were at the time? Or did you kind of like get into your teens and think, oh my God, I really love this artist. I really want to be her when I grow up? I mean, how did it all kind of happen?
Gosh, it started really young. My mom jokes when I was really little, like 6 months old, I was a screamer as a baby, and like that was me singing. And I just always loved to sing. And when I was 6 years old, I started playing piano. And then when I was 12, I wrote my first song, and I picked up guitar. And then at like 13 or 14, I picked up ukulele. So guitar is now my primary instrument, but I still do play some piano and ukulele too. And gosh, I've just been writing, since I was 12. And it's just so, therapeutic and cathartic to just like feel something so deeply and then be able to write about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. What would you say has kind of been like the highlight of your career so far? What has been like the most like amazing experience, apart from being on the Jayden Show, obviously? I mean, what else has been like the thing that you thought, shit, like this is exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing?
Yeah, that's such a great question. Definitely so far, a huge highlight was winning Best Love Song at the 2018 Independent Music Awards, which is a worldwide competition. And I got to go to Lincoln Center in New York City to accept the award. And I was surrounded by musicians from all over the world and industry folks. And it was just such a cool opportunity and so special. And I'm just so thankful to have won, Best Love Song, People's Choice. It was just the coolest thing. Yeah.
Do you have a record deal, or are you an independent artist and do it all yourself?
Yeah, I've never had a record deal, never had a manager, never had a booking agent. I do it all myself. I'm definitely currently manifesting a booking agent that or manager. Like it's funny because I've talked to artists like, you know, like who should you have on your team first? And it's kind of like there's not really a right answer per se, but I feel like with a booking agent, if you have them to help you get shows, then therefore you're making more money playing more shows theoretically, and then a manager can step in and then, you know, take a portion of what you're getting for those shows. So yeah, you know, hoping, crossing the fingers that happens perhaps this year. Who knows?
So how did you get nominated for like the Best Love Song Award? How did that even happen?
Sure. So I'm very aware of like the different music competitions around, and I submitted my song to the Independent Music Awards, and it takes them, like a lot of competitions, it takes like 6 months to hear back anything, you know. And I vividly remember I was in college, I was at the library when I got an email saying, congratulations, like you've been nominated. And I literally I wanted to scream so badly, but I was on the quiet floor and I just started like jumping around hysterically. And I was like, you know, it was so incredible. So yeah.
Wow, amazing. So, I mean, are you just going to continue going with the flow, or have you got like you said, you're manifesting like, you know, a booking agent, manager? Are you manifesting like the Grand Ole Opry? Are you manifesting? I mean, what is going on? Like, what does the immediate future and the long-term future look for Olivia Francis?
Great question, Jaden. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so I would say I've been on tour. I've been on the road and like had that experience for about 8 years, except for COVID. So as in like playing cafes, venues, restaurants, farmers markets, like all the like. And music is just part of who I am. And I'm excited to just continue to grow this, like hopefully into like being an opening act to headlining my own tour at like theaters and such. And then perhaps, you know, maybe even like arenas. Who knows?
How
so I'm in it. Yeah.
For the long haul.
The long haul. Whatever that may look like.
I was kind of in it for the long haul and then kind of forgot I was doing it. And still, I've been doing it for 30 years. And I'm still like, oh, I'm still doing it. That's all.
Incredible. That's incredible. Like, that deserves a round of applause. Seriously.
Well, I think it just, like, I was kind of saying, like, I'd done a tribute when Olivia Newton-John passed a while ago. And it's kind of like, I can't be anything else. Like, and it wouldn't even be my career of choice. I'm, like, too shy. I love being in the studio. I can't play an instrument. I can kind of get my head around triangle, but I'm not really good at kind of playing anything else. But I love the creation of music. I love humming an idea into my phone. My friend starts playing chords on the piano. Then we add the violin and harp pieces and flute and guitar, and all of a sudden you've got this like track with like 5-part harmonies, and you're like, oh my god. And I was just going 3 when I was getting into like the shower. And so I love the whole creation of music. And then someone says you've got a show, I'm like, okay, thanks. They're like, you're never excited. I'm like, because I never get excited. When I've done it, I'm like, oh, fuck man, that was amazing, let's do it again. But like the whole process of like, I've got to do this in front of people now, I don't like that bit.
Yeah.
But the creation of music, so really it would never have even remotely been my career of choice. But I cannot be anything else. Like, it's just, even when I've tried to give up, it haunts me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to sing, I need to create, I need to do things. It's really bizarre, you know.
I resonate with that on like a soul level, because I mean, ever since I was younger, you know, when I first started writing, actually, when I was 12 years old, I wrote my first song. I went to dinner with my family, and there was this open mic night happening at the restaurant we went
At
to.
12?
And I decided to just walk on up there and sing my brand new song a cappella that I had just written like 2 weeks prior.
Proud of you.
I know, it's crazy. And then these 3 guys in like cowboy hats and cowboy boots walked up to me, and they were like, you got to join the Nashville Songwriters Association, like NSAI. We have a chapter here in Cincinnati. And so my mom, she's so sweet, she would take me to these meetings, and I would learn about like songwriting and melody writing, lyric writing, and collaborations, etc., how to go into the studio. And I remember, even from a young age, like the other folks in that group were mostly like much older, like 50s and 60s. And I was like 12, 13, whatever. And they were like, you know, music business is really hard, and like it's a blessing and a curse, and like all this, you know, rhetoric that I was kind of just like, oh, I'm excited, you know, I'm writing my song, and you know, I was so naive. And then you know, some of the stuff that they've said, it's like, it's true. Like, this business is so hard. There's no one path, you know? It's like, it's not like when you be a doctor and you have to pass this test and then this test and then this test to get to that goal that you have. You know, it's more like, I mean, it's of course not, I'm not saying it's easy to become a doctor in any way, but
No.
I'm saying it's more of a, you know, more of a carved out path.
Process, yeah.
Like, I don't know how to get to where I want to get to. I'm just going to keep playing shows and keep writing
A lot
songs.
of
And
it is pure blind luck and
Yeah.
being in the right place at the right time and not what you know, who you know.
right. Oh,
I remember back in the 90s before the internet, when I was doing it, they were saying, like, I would go into AR meetings and, you know, like, there would be bags, sacks and sacks and sacks and sacks of brightly covered envelopes with demo tapes in. Like, never even opened or listened to, you know. And some A&R guy said to me, he said that something like 220,000 people, I don't know if it was like a month or a year, tried to get a record deal, and less than 200 a year get one, and I had 2. And I didn't submit one tape ever. You know, I was literally right place, right time, and I was a skinny, blonde, pretty boy that was so boy band at the time, you know. But that was incredible. Now, it's easier because as an independent artist, I've got my own TV show. Look, do you know what I mean? And I'm doing it from my little office in the jungle of Mexico. You know, we have the ability to reach a wider audience now because of the way that everything's changed. Like, there was no internet or social media then at all. But now it's a lot harder because people would, you know, I remember singing a song, and I'm not the best singer, but I'm an all right singer. I've been doing it long enough. I've trod the boards, you know, and I sung this song. I can't remember what song it was, but anyway, I thought I'll look on YouTube to see what other singers' versions of this song. And there was this guy, absolutely stunning looking boy, like stunning looking, topless, 6-pack, like fit as crazy, like beautiful boy, nearly 2 million hits. And I was like, wow, this is going to be good. That boy could not hit a note if his life depended on it.
No,
Because
yeah.
he was super sexy, 2 million hits, I had 134. And I'd done all right at that song.
It's so common. I feel like it happens a lot. I mean, even on TikTok, it's like,
Oh, completely.
Oh,
And now
that's
it's even
how it
worse because attention spans have gone from like 3 minutes to 30 or 15 seconds, and you've pretty much
Got
got
it.
to be half naked, erect, or completely ugly, going to amazing beauty, right? The makeovers that we see on TikTok are
that's
just
right.
phenomenally addictive, like incredibly addictive. But it's like, right, like, how do you do it as an artist now when you have millions and millions of competition? Then you had hundreds of thousands of competition, but now you have international billions of people that you're competing against.
Exactly. Yeah, TikTok, it's one of those interesting things where, like, I'm grateful for TikTok in the sense that I always think to myself, okay, I try to post every day, although I recently took like a month hiatus because I was like, okay, I'm going to just get off for a little while, but I'm back in it now, and I try to post every day. And it's like, okay, anytime I post, like, this could potentially be like the video that, you know, blows up or changes my life or something like that, or not. But just that's even like a possibility now is cool and a gift and great. But also at the same time, it's so easy to live in this alternate reality where it's like, I'm just spending, you know, I mean, I don't necessarily, but a lot of people, you know, they just spend all their day on TikTok. And I mean, even me posting once a day, sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, like, like, I'd rather just sit here at this park, you know,
or be working on your music. Not
of course, yeah, writing songs, practicing guitar, warming up my voice, like doing a meditation, or, you know, for like creativity, or just there's like so many things.
Yeah. Whereas we're kind of having to beg people to like us more than somebody else.
I know, and it's really like part of the music like job description. Like, oh, if you're going to be an artist, like, you have to be on TikTok and you have to be active, and like that's kind of just part of it. I mean, that's arguable, but I know some folks in the industry who would say that, and it's like, ooh, okay, another thing to add to my plate. Cool.
No, one of my the old record company, like when we parted, we still really good friends. They were very supportive of my music when I went from pop to classical. And they said, Jayden, like, you know, you need, and it was in a time when Twitter was kind of really kicking ass. And they said, you know, you need to get followers on Twitter. And then you need to say, right, I'm doing this gig on Friday. I want all my Twitter followers to wear a purple t-shirt at my gig, you know, and you get 10% discount. Because if a record company came and saw that 3/4 of your fan group, your supporters there were wearing a purple t-shirt, they'd be like, this guy's got some pull on Twitter, we'll sign him. If no one had a purple t-shirt on, then they wouldn't be interested. I released a song, you know, like last year, really great reggaeton track. A lot of interest from from record labels in the States and Spain. Actually, it's in Spanish and English. It's reggaeton. It's really beautiful. It's a really nice summer song. Great video. LGBT friendly, like, you know, it just covers everything, you know, like it's all about love and friendship and stuff like that. Really great. But because I've only got 1,800 followers on my YouTube, they're like, you haven't got enough fans, mate.
I know. It's such a catch-22 because it's like, wait, aren't you supposed to like help me get the fans? But now it's like, record label won't even look at you if you don't have X number of followers.
Well, and one record label said, well, actually, you need to change this particular bass line, and we need a little bit more treble on the piano. And I'm like, but I can tell my producer this, and we can change it, but then you might want something else changed. So why don't you take it, change it to how you want to, exactly how you want it to sound, and then we release it. No, man, you got to give it to us exactly how we need it. Then why am I paying you money?
Some of it just makes no sense, you know.
No, it's a crazy industry, and there are so many ways, but you know, it's kind of, it was a little bit simpler in the 90s. You just, you know, you tour for 7 months, you get 2 hours, 3 hours a night sleep, and you work it, but then you come back with 30,000 fans at the end of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like now you can be working like 8 hours a day on social media, and 2 more people have subscribed to your YouTube.
Yeah, that's so true. It's kind of soul crushing. Yeah, but
well, it's not. It's kind of. I think for me, the biggest lesson I've learned in my years of doing, kind of just being in the entertainment industry as such, was the fact that no expectations, no disappointments. I do it because I love to do it. If something happened, I found out that I think there's an amazing comedian in the UK called Graham Norton, and he has a chat show. Like, it's one of the biggest shows on UK TV. He interviews everybody, you know, Brad Pitt, like just everyone. And I found out a couple of weeks ago that the executive director of that show spent 4 hours watching the Jaden show and went, oh my God, it's really good. He's really entertaining. Like, I was just like,
oh my gosh,
why is he not doing this in the UK? I was in the UK for 43 years doing this.
Sure.
You know, it's crazy, but you don't know, like you said, you know, that one video, that one gig, that one person could be walking by and go, I need you for a movie, or I need your music in an advert, or I need you to come and do support for Bonnie Raitt at so and so. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know.
You don't, which is so exciting and so cool and special. And I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, that's like thinking that kind of keeps me going. But I also love what you said about not having expectations, because it is true. It's like, that's how you could get in such a dark place of like, I mean, I've seen it, I've experienced some of that, and like friends too, just being like, you're just like working and, you know, so hard, and you're just sharing your whole being with the world in this, you know, song. And then like, you think to yourself, oh, I want it to get X amount of streams the first week or something. And then it doesn't. And then you're like, oh no, you know,
what do I have to do?
It is good to not have expectation. It is.
Yeah. I do it because I love it. So I don't care who watches it. I like to talk. I like to meet new people. So
me too. Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's a winner, right? So when you start thinking, well, you know, I need to be signed up by, you know, I don't know, CBS with my own chat show, then I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to kind of screw it for myself, because all of a sudden, but if you do things for love and, you know, and passion and the reasons, you know, that just bring positivity into your life, then you can't lose on any level, really.
All about that.
Fantastic. So what are you doing when you finish your tour? You're going back to Nashville. Why did you move to Nashville? Was it a musical move, or was it a move? Obviously, Nashville is internationally famous for its incredible talent.
Yes.
And its legacy and history of phenomenal artists. Is that the reason why you went to Nashville? Or
it is.
Did you fall in love with the postman and he happened to live there? Or, you know, like, what was music?
Gosh, yeah. So my hometown, Cincinnati, it's about 4.5, 5 hour drive to Nashville. So it's not too far. So when I was a part of that group, the NSAI, you know, Songwriters Association, like, there were people in the group who went down to Nashville to record and whatnot. And so I started to get connected to some producers down there. And I released my first record when I was like 16, I think. So that Nashville was just, I mean, everyone was always talking about Nashville. And I was like, I got to go there. And of course, Taylor Swift came up from Nashville, which definitely put a lot more eyes and focus on the whole city. And so I actually moved there. I graduated high school and then moved to Nashville to take a gap year before going to college. And I call it my dream year because I worked at a bookstore and I interned at a record label, more of like a punk rock label, but learned so much and met so many amazing songwriters and was just so deeply inspired and loved every minute of it. And then I went to school up in Massachusetts, and it was definitely hard to leave, but I knew I would come right back after graduation. So I did. And I think just being in Nashville is just so great on so many levels, just especially because there's so much creativity and collaboration and community there. And there are people who, it's like they've moved away from wherever they're from to be in Nashville and follow their dreams. And that's just so inspiring. And to be able to relate to people on a level like, hey, you just went on tour. Like, how did you do this and this? And to be able to talk through things and just be there to support one another. It's very supportive. And I love that about it.
That's amazing. Well, we've just actually seen Once in a Blue Moon, bloody beautiful song. If you had to put your music into a genre, what genre would you put it into?
Yeah, totally. I like to put my music in the genre of like folk pop, like indie folk. I call it sunshine story pop as like my little thing. But yeah, Americana, folk, that kind of world. Sometimes country kind of falls in there, but yeah, I love that whole vibe.
All flavors of Olivia Francis, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's one of the nicest things about being an independent artist. And I've mentioned this on several other shows with singers as well. Is back in the day, you were a pop star or you were an R&B pop star, and you could not veer away from your sound. Now you can kind of like, you'll always be Olivia Francis, even if you've done like a harp cover. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be you singing something, and we've got now that flexibility as artists to be able to, like, I can sing Nessun Dorma and I can sing Luther Vandross and I still sound like Jaden, and it doesn't sound like really like it shouldn't be in the same set. It works because I'm always being true to me within that music, and I think now it's really lovely that you can just add all your sunshine flavors to your music because it's always going to be Olivia Francis. That's super cool.
Yeah, thank you.
So when's your next album coming out?
My next album, oh my gosh, I'm hoping spring of 2023. That's the plan of now. No dates, are set at all. But in this world where, there's a small attention span, I think singles have been the way to go. So I've been releasing singles, and my latest single came out July 28th. And then I'm planning on releasing another single in September. So excited for that. And then putting those singles on an album with some other tracks as well. So that's
amazing. Well, maybe you'll come back just before the release of your next single. Maybe we'll do like a little Wednesday Jaden Show special, and we can say next week coming out the Olivia Francis new track, blah blah blah, and we can have a little clip and share it. That would be bloody wonderful.
I would love that. Absolutely.
I'm loving it. Where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, so I'm everywhere on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok under Olivia Grows like a flower. Let's see, my website's oliviafrancismusic.com, where you can find all of my links, my merch, my bio, everything. This has been so great. Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure, man. Someone said that I should put all my stuff in Jaden Grows, but it's only because living in Mexico, I've eaten so many tacos that my belly is 3 times the size of what it was. So that was the only reason. Nothing to do with my music or flour. Just the fact that I'm a fat bastard now. That's what's happened.
They're so good. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
Yeah, well, when you come to Mexico, you have a friend here now, so we'll hang out, show you the best places in town as well, and we'll do some music together. I think there should be a Olivia Francis, Jaden Cornelius collaboration in the future.
Oh, let's do that. Absolutely. And whenever you come to Nashville, please let me know. I'd love to show you around.
Absolutely. And I've got a friend actually in Nashville. His name's Oliver Piggott. And he's I can't remember the name of his, something Pilot. I can't remember the name of his group, but he's doing some really lovely stuff in Nashville.
I have to look him up.
He was actually on one of my shows, Oliver Piggott. Really, really great artist from Canada. Married, living in Nashville, working amazingly. I'd check him out. He's really, really cool. And if you get to meet him, say, Jaden told you about him. He's a super lovely guy. I've known him for like probably 15 years now. So I keep saying to him, I'm definitely going to come out. But I will. At some point.
You really should. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, yeah.
Olivia Francis, you are a star, mate. Thank you so much for being part of my show. I really appreciate it. You're bloody wonderful. And I wish you mountains and mountains of success and happiness in all that you do.
Thank you so much. You too. Sending you love and light, always.
Bless you, my darling. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, see you soon.
See you later, hon. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
How lovely is she? What a great girl. What a wonderful talent. And don't think I'm going to leave you with no more music. We are going to be going out with another song from Olivia. It'll be wonderful. Thank you so much, Olivia, for joining me and being part of my Jaden show. Thank you so much, kids at home, for watching and being part of this too. Go and show that girl some love. Go and find it on all of her social media. Support, share, like, comment. And then once you've done that, pop across to mine and like, share, comment, subscribe. It'll be lovely to talk to you on other social media platforms, not just this one. So please don't be shy. Come and find me. Come and say hello. It'll be lovely to see you on my other social media as well. Listen, you take care. Thank you for being part of my Sunday. I am looking forward to seeing you again next Sunday for another wonderful edition of The Jaden Show. Biggest hugs. Take good care. Stay healthy. Stay beautiful. See you next Sunday on The Jaden Show. This is a song by the wonderful Olivia Francis. It's called Somebody's Reason. It's beautiful. Listen.
Would you like me to do it again? So my name is Olivia Francis. I am a multi-award-winning singer-songwriter and musician from Cincinnati, Ohio, now living in Nashville, Tennessee. So my new single, Somebody's Reason, is really about reminding listeners that they are loved and they are important and they are somebody's reason to smile. They're somebody's reason to dance the night away. I wrote this song with my good friend, talented friend, Michael Astrachan, and I'm really excited it's out in the world.
When the rain can't seem to go away and the clouds above are dark and gray, there's a light inside you might not see. Just remember you are what someone needs.
The title, Somebody's Reason, I feel like it's very simple in nature, but it really means a lot to somebody to say, like, you're somebody's reason for me to like dance, to wake up in the morning, to have a great day. I think that there's a lot of loneliness in the world. Right now, the pandemic has made that even more difficult. A lot of folks are struggling with mental health and whatnot. And I think that the message, you're somebody's reason, is really important for today's times and always. I feel like in the process of writing this song, I thought to myself, oh, like I want someone to sing this to me. I just think that with a song like this, the emotions behind it are just like really caring and kind and meaningful. I feel like I need to hear this song just like so many other people. You know, it's just a positive song with a positive message, and there's really not a bad time to hear a song like this. So oftentimes with songwriting, for me in particular, I start a song with a title. So that's how this song came to be. My co-writer, in this case, Mike Astrachan, he was the one who came to that session and suggested the title, Somebody's Reason. And when he shared that, there was just something, we always usually share a few different titles and, you know, like, what are you feeling today? Do you want to write, you know, a summer song or like sad song, happy song, do that? But I just latched on to that idea and I started playing piano, started to play the melody, and I would say that my creative process differs. Like sometimes the melody comes first, sometimes like a lyric, but in this case and oftentimes the title is first. And it's helpful to have the title be the first step in the songwriting process, because then you kind of know and have an idea of like what it's about and what the vibe is, what kind of energy you want to bring into the song. And so that's how we created Somebody's Reason. So my music, usually when somebody asks me, oh, what genre do you play? I usually say folk pop or pop folk. Another way I describe my genre has been sunshine story pop, because oftentimes like it's bright, as in sunshine, tells a story, and it also has a pop component to it. And I feel like genre can be oftentimes limiting, but also it's fun to kind of make your own spin on a genre. Like this song in particular with Somebody's Reason, I feel like it falls into the category of positive pop, which I'm not really sure if that exists or not, but I feel like it should, and I feel like it would fall in that category. So right now I am releasing multiple singles, and I hope to put those on an album. Not quite sure when that will be happening, but definitely stay tuned.
You're somebody.